can be true that that was really her experience, and then it can also be true in someone else's experience that, right, like maybe they're overreacting because of a previous experience. I don't know. Aisha, what do you think?
Yeah, very interesting. Looking at that small clip, it's hard to really make an assessment because it depends. I have to see a window through what she's talking about.
Mhm.
Because if you try to treat your husband like your employee, when you speak to him, of course you're gonna get pushback. Like, come on, it doesn't matter if you're a boss, babe, whatever the hell you want to call yourself. If you treat your husband like an employee, that's what you're gonna get. It's as simple as that.
Mhm.
We have to separate the two. So I think
It's true.
just not talking, I cannot make a decision until I see like a fly on the wall, watching what's happening at home. Then I can be more honest with my assessment.
Okay, that's very true. Let me ask you a question, for both of you. Have either one of you ever experienced, and I know that you're both married, and Aisha, how long have you been married?
22 years.
Okay, so you've been married a long time. And Alicia, how long have you been married to Boyce? And then what about your
5 years,
previous
I think it's been 5 years.
5 years? Okay, and then how long were you single before Boyce?
Maybe 2 years, 2 or 3 years.
Oh, okay, so
Mhm.
okay.
4 years.
So this is you guys are going to have an interesting perspective because you probably haven't been single for a long time, right? Like in the dating scene, I mean.
Yeah, I dated.
Oh,
Bring it
you
on.
did?
Let me
Okay.
tell you what's going on. Yeah,
So in
I
those
share.
2 years when you were single, when you dated, did you ever experience, and you're a very successful woman, did you ever experience the men that you were either coming in contact with or dating, having a kind of reaction to you being successful, or did you have the opposite experience?
You know what? I dated him when I was in college. I dated a man who did not have a college degree.
Hmm.
And it wasn't in the moment that we realized that dynamic may have been happening,
Mhm.
but it was later on, and we were kind of reflecting, and I was like, "What happened?" And he was just like, "You know what? I think I was just a little. I was kind of like, I didn't feel like I was good enough because I didn't have a college degree." And he talked about how that was a dynamic between the two of us, and I didn't realize it, and I don't think he realized it in the moment. But it
Hmm.
wasn't until later on that you kind of reflect back on it and you're like, that could have been, it could have been there. But, relationships are dynamic and there's a whole lot of other things happening in relationships.
Yes.
But it is always a possibility that maybe that was an issue that happened. But you just never know how these things show up. And
It's
the
true.
unconscious is just really a powerful thing. You never know. Yeah.
It's so true what you just said about a whole bunch of other things happening,
Yeah.
especially when you're in a there's so many things that happen in a romantic relationship that don't happen in other types of relationships that make it really nuanced and
Yeah.
sometimes a little challenging to pinpoint what the real issue is unless it's like glaring, right? So Aisha, you've been married for 22 years. Congratulations. Have you ever experienced anything with your husband as far as him maybe being intimidated by you or jealous? And what do you think about that?
Yeah, loaded question, right?